Welcome back to this newest epic comparison where we compare two of the latest clean sheet single aisles, the new C919 versus the MC21. Before we start, let's examine the birth of these brand new aircraft in a market previously dominated by Airbus and Boeing. In 2006, Bombardier, one of Canada's largest aerospace manufacturers at the time, decided to launch their study into a brand new small to medium-sized single-aisle aircraft, one that replaced older regional jets but could also be stretched to compete with the lower end of the single-aisle market, such as the A319 and 737-700. Eventually, the aircraft received its C-Series model type. With its brand new technology, it claimed to be 15% more fuel efficient than smaller A319 and older regional jets. The C-Series was Canada's hope of breaking into the single-aisle market previously dominated by other manufacturers. Needless to say, with the success and orders the C-Series got, other countries also eyed launching new single aisles that would break into the Airbus vs Boeing duopoly. However, they would instead launch aircraft closer in size to the main players, the A320 and 737-800. Russia was first to launch their attack, the launch of their new single aisle in 2006, which received its model name MC21, while China eventually brought their new C919 to the market by 2010. And so, two brand new aircraft from two newcomers were hoping to break into the single aisle market. But which stands a better chance? Well, that's what we'll find out in this epic comparison. But before we do, if you haven't already done so, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for more detailed analysis and epic comparisons on the way. Do stay tuned for some brand new aviation content coming soon on the Airplane Productions channel. This content will nicely complement the weekly detailed analysis and epic comparisons. Do also consider checking out the newly revamped Airplane Productions Instagram page, home to some great quick aviation content, from plane spotting to information on the aviation industry. You will also be updated quickly on the latest developments on the aviation industry via the story feature. Right, let's kickstart this epic one. Starting with performance, the larger MC21-300 flies to a distance of 3,200 nautical miles while seating 163 passengers in a typical two-class layout. This compares to a two-class seating of only 158 passengers for the only variant of C919, which flies 2,999 nautical miles in its highest range variant. In a one-class layout, the Comac C919 holds 168 passengers, compared to an impressive 211 for the MC21. All in all, MC21 outperforms the C919. In terms of engines, both are powered by completely different engine architectures from rival manufacturers. MC21 uses the Pratt & Whitney PW1400G engine, the most powerful variant, producing up to 31,000 pounds of thrust. The most powerful CFM LEAP 1C engine on the C919 also produces 31,000 pounds of thrust. Both are available with domestic engine choices from their country's own manufacturers, with the MC21 having the PW14 and C919 having the ACAE CJ-1008 engine. However, the Russian engine is closer to entry into service than the Chinese engine, with it hopefully being certified in 2021. In terms of efficiency, MC21 and C919 both initially promised a 15% fuel burn reduction over existing single aisles at the time. However, both ran into troubles during development that meant that neither have hit their performance guarantees. Irkut revised their fuel burn promises to 10 to 15%, while many predict the new C919 to have a total operating cost about on par with the reliable and proven older generation A320 today. As we can see from the airplane production's chart of efficiency, assuming a 10% fuel burn reduction for both, something that they are more likely to hit, the MC21 and C919 both have similar costs when it comes to fuel burn per trip. However, the 13 additional seats on MC21 in a similar two-class layout does give it a 3% fuel saving benefit in its favour. I also included the benchmark previously in the segment, the A320, to show that while not 15% more efficient, these new aircraft do burn less fuel compared to previous generation aircraft, pushing aviation towards being a more sustainable industry. In terms of cabins, this is where both aircraft actually have made significant improvements over their traditional established mainstream. I would like to clarify something regarding cabin width. While Airbus claims that its A320neo has the widest cabin in the class, that is not true, as both C919 and MC21 have wider cabins. Both also feature the latest mood lighting, wireless and connectivity services. While C919 has larger windows, it's the MC21 that has the better cabin. The main advantage? Well, that would go to its wider cabin, which is also the widest single-aisle cabin yet. This allows for the widest aisle in the class combined with wider seats at 18 inches. Also, with its larger overhead bins by 30%, this allows MC21 to be turned around 6 to 8 minutes faster than other comparable aircraft. C919 does have a slightly narrower cabin overall, the option of either wider seats or a wider aisle, not both. All in all, the wider cabin of MC21 gives it the edge. In terms of advantages and disadvantages, both of these brand new clean sheet aircraft utilize the latest not just in engine technology, but also in aerodynamic and fuselage technology. However, it is the MC21 that uses more carbon composites in its design, with parts of the wing also being made of carbon reinforced plastic. Furthermore, MC21 delivers more new benefits than the C919, with its wider and more spacious cabin and higher performances. That said, Irkut is charging more for the aircraft, with an estimated list price of $72 million USD compared to an estimated $50 million USD for C919. C919 is also a good aircraft, but simply cannot match either MC21 or the established mainstream in terms of performance. However, airlines do seem attracted by the lower list price, or should that be subsidies, as while the C919 received 305 firm orders, many are from Chinese carriers using the aircraft in their domestic market. In terms of total commitments though, the C919 received an impressive 1,008. Notably, 10 firm orders and 10 options were placed by GCAS, part of the joint venture between General Electric and Safran, which also produced engines for the C919. Despite its higher performances, MC21 is selling really poorly, with only 175 commitments made up of both firm orders and options. That said, two airlines that have placed orders are actually international customers, one being Azerbaijan Airlines and Cairo Aviation. So then, with all of this said, which stands a better chance of breaking into the duopoly? Well, within the context of this comparison, with its higher performances, nicer cabin and newer technologies, MC21 is by far the superior aircraft. However, both of these aircraft aren't selling as well as originally hoped and have failed so far to make a dent in the duopoly. The reason behind this is simple. Neither aircraft deliver truly outstanding value that would justify major airlines currently operating Airbus or Boeing single aisles to pay attention to. Since the launch of Airbus's Neo or Boeing's Max, fuel-saving benefits unique to this aircraft have been taken away. Thus, there is simply no reason for airlines to take up the huge risk that introducing a brand new aircraft type into their fleet will be sure to bring. In my opinion, both Comac and Irkut should work together to develop new breakthrough technologies that will bring step change in efficiency. Only then will the world's major airlines take note, and hopefully we will see a third player in the aviation industry take to new heights. Do you agree with this conclusion? And if you don't, why so? Do comment below. Thanks for watching to the end of this one, and till we meet next time, wishing everyone a truly clear sky ahead.